Nothing like Billy Joel gets me excited to review rap. What do you guys think about that?
Is this meant to be some kind of sonnet or?
No, I just put on Billy Joel before, and you guys didn't release.
No, I think I missed it.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest.
And then I thought for a minute, I was like, why am I listening to Billy Joel right before
We're about to review some rap.
Yeah.
He's a pretty versatile guy, Billy Joel.
Great lyricist as well. You know,
Fabulous
arguably,
lyricist. And look, that's really what the purpose of this show is, to explore fabulous lyrics and everything.
And
in
We
between.
Didn't Start the Fire is kind of rap, do you reckon?
That's a stretch.
You reckon?
Yeah, a huge stretch there.
Well, they say Bob Dylan fucking wrote the first rap song or some bullshit like that.
Who said that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
Who
dumb.
told you that?
You can look it up. It's like he technically wrote the first. He didn't. It's
Bob Dylan just sounds like a zip tie to me. Or maybe someone trying to start a mower or something.
That's the thing with Bob Dylan. Like, everybody who's covered his songs has just done such a better job. Don't get me wrong. I love Bobby D. Bobby D is who I listen to after a breakup. That's like perfect breakup material.
It's always sad.
It's sad, and it's filled with like remorseful lyrics.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You don't go to Radiohead. You go to Bobby D.
Go to Bobby D. Think about it, like All on the Watchtower. No one knows the Bob Dylan version. Everybody knows the Hendrix version.
He gave it to Hendrix, did he not? Didn't he say you did a better job, so it's your song now?
So even Dylan agrees with.
Yeah.
Maybe I took that off Dylan. Maybe I'd seen that quote and forgot about it, internalized it, and now spouting it out.
I think I've read that somewhere.
Anyway, we're not talking about Billy Joel
Or Bob Dylan.
or Bob Dylan.
Talking about someone a little bit different.
We're talking about Barrington Devon Hendrix.
Ooh.
Does anyone know what he's better known as?
I think I do.
Go on.
Should I say it?
Do it.
JPEGMAFIA.
Oh.
Bing, 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 bing.
I wouldn't have known that if we weren't already doing the song, though. Cool name.
Here's a cool name.
Yeah.
Could have incorporated Hendrix into his rap name, maybe.
Even Devon is a tight name, dude.
Yeah, Devon Hendrix would have been a pretty cool rap name.
But then to be the Mafia over one of the most used like image files and formats, I don't know. That's
Do you know how
cool.
he got the name?
No.
Okay, real quick. I don't know the whole detail of it, but I know he's part of like a group of like people who made music. Might have been when he was in Japan, and they all used like file types as their names. So there was like PNG Mafia, Bitmap Mafia, and stuff like that. And he was JPEG Mafia. So,
there you go. Like that. Deeply influenced by the internet, which his raps truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's deep in that hole.
Yeah.
Anyway, we didn't introduce the show. This is Rap Reviews.
It is.
If you haven't gathered by now what we do, then I don't know. I'm not going to explain it to you. Go back and listen to some episodes.
Yeah, we just annotate lyrics. So let's get into it, guys.
Essentially, well, we've got to introduce ourselves.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
Kieran.
sorry. I'm with Kieran. That's the guy I just talked.
Hello.
And Ben.
Hello.
That's Ben. And me, which is me. I'm talking right now. And my name is me.
Your name is me. Okay, me.
Sorry, I'm maybe a bit silly. Playing a bit of silly buggers over here.
Could it have been the double up of cones you ripped before this episode?
I reckon they might have had a play in it.
Just a little play.
I reckon they might have slightly influenced my decision making here on out. Anyway.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Me.
Okay.
Hey, anyway, so moving past this fucking inane chat, we are reviewing, annotating the song 1539, or is it 1359? I'm a little bit dyslexic.
Oh, you
when it
nailed
comes to
that, dude.
numbers. 1539 N. Calvert. And before we even annotate, does anyone know what 1539 N. Calvert means?
No.
I do. Yeah.
Of course you do.
I know, dude. I've watched so many interviews with JPEG
this.
Mafia. It's
Do
just a whole thing, dude. I believe it is the Bell Foundry or something it's called. And it's sort of like a warehouse where artists get together and make music mainly, I think. Maybe some other stuff.
That's
in
exactly
Baltimore.
In Baltimore, where Peggy is from.
Yeah.
Peggy.
Peggy's what he calls himself in the songs. I don't know.
Peggy,
how are we referring to him? As JPEG Mafia, or Peggy?
No, I'm pretty happy with Peggy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's great.
Damn, Peggy.
Yeah.
No, 100% correct.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I started doing research for this episode. I always thought he was from Brooklyn for some reason.
He was originally from Brooklyn. And I think
okay.
him and his mum moved to Baltimore when he was like a kid, some age.
Yeah.
But he grew up in Brooklyn originally.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah, so as you were saying, it's in reference to the Bell Foundry, which is like a little artist co-working warehouse.
Collab, they call it.
Collab. Anyway, artist-run warehouse that was closed following a 2016 fire in a similar kind of workspace in Oakland called Ghost Ship, which killed 36 people. I didn't hear about this.
I didn't know this.
No. Yeah, wow.
I think it was just due to the disrepair that the building was in, which often artists reside in. You know, they find really cheap, rundown kind of areas. They don't have to pay much rent and have this big space that they can all collaborate in. And that led to like a kind of, I think, federal crackdown on safety standards in these like artist spaces. So there's like his ode to, you know, the place that he was inspired, and came up with a lot of collaborations with his fellow Baltimore artists.
Interesting.
Tight.
Should we do a quick into why the album's called Veteran? Do you want to do that, or does it come up?
If you want, go.
I mean, yeah.
This is the opening track off Veteran, is it not?
It is.
Yeah. Well, he was in the military.
He was in the military.
He sure was, which is baffling to me. Like, he doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd be in the military, but I guess, you know...
You know what, though? Like, our old editor, Jason, loves to wear crazy earrings similar, and just crazy, like, jewelry and stuff like JPEG.
And also has a very, like...
very eccentric.
Out there view.
And also was in the military for about 5 years.
Yeah, maybe people who are a little bit like...
It's also probably why they're both not in the military anymore. They didn't make it a lifelong career.
He doesn't really speak too highly of it when he talks about it in interviews. I think he says, like, he obviously, like, he enjoyed the experience for him, so, like, matured him and stuff like that, and he learned a lot and, like, discipline and that, but...
Everyone always says no matter what, discipline's great.
Yeah, he doesn't speak too highly of the actual, you know...
Yeah.
The whole idea of it itself and whatever else, and, like, the way they go about certain things, but... But also Veteran is, he did call the album that also, because he's been making music for, like, a long time. Like, he's basically been doing it his whole life. And then he said, like, well, now it's finally, like, it's taken me to, like, 28 to actually get noticed. So he's like, I've been doing this. I'm a veteran. That's why.
Yeah, fair. A little double entendre.
Right on. Anyway, we're going to reintroduce Word of the Week.
Oh, he's trying to bring it back.
Absolutely. I'm always... Man, Word of the Week never died. It's just that you two never actually say it in any of the episodes.
I can always forget to do the Word of the Week.
Word of the Week this week is the six.
Ooh.
The six, the definition I've got from our favourite source, Urban Dictionary, is from Mace 2K3. Shout out to you. The six is a reference to the Canadian city of Toronto. Modern-day Toronto was formed by the amalgamation of the six municipalities of East York, Etobicoke. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Probably not. If we've got any Canadian...
It's Etobicoke.
If we've got any... That sounds Welsh.
Yeah, I know.
If we've got any Canadian listeners out there, please... hit us up and give me nothing but pure grief for the butchering of that pronunciation. North York, Scarborough, York. There's a lot of fucking Yorks. And the former city of Toronto in 1998.
There you go.
And you'll see why that becomes...
Well, I was going to say, running through the six of my woes. You know how that shit go. You know how that shit go.
I don't follow.
Oh, Drake, dude. Running through the six with my woes.
And that gets us to the whole...
Yeah, we're about to get into this. This song is essentially like one long Drake diss, which I never really got, except the first line mentions Drake. I never really equated the rest of the lyrics as being like
I never
jabs
have.
at
I'm
him.
interested to see what this is all about. I've never really thought of that.
Yeah,
I've heard him in interviews talk about, like, because he brings up Drake a fair bit in his music. He's got a whole song called Drake Era. He wants to take rap out of the Drake era, which came out like on a tape before this album. And I think I've watched it in interviews that asked like why he always sort of takes shots at Drake, and he sort of just doesn't really have an answer. He just sort of laughs. He's like, I don't even dislike Drake. I just think he's very easy to make fun of. So I like to do it.
He totally is. Drake is such an easy target to make fun of.
He even says several times, I really don't have any issue with Drake at all. I just think he's quite funny to laugh at. Like,
there you go.
Should we get into the intro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah, she want to sit on my lap. Yeah, she want to sit on my lap. You think you know me. Does anyone know what the reference of think you know me is?
100% explain this to everyone if they don't know it.
Please.
That's Edge's theme music from WWF back in the day, man.
Yeah,
he still uses it, actually, to be fair. He returned last year.
Back.
And it's unbelievable. After like 11-year retirement.
And he's still using the same track?
It's a different track, but he still has the same, you think you know me, at the start.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I think Peggy himself is quite the wrestling fan.
He's a big wrestling fan. He actually popped up on an episode of AEW probably about 2 or 3 months ago to promote Darby Allin for his match, and it was pretty hot, dude. I popped.
As in like hype man, as
in
Darby
like,
Allin is like going down to the arena.
Yeah, well, Darby Allin, like, I'm not going to get deep into his character, but he studied film, so he has a lot of like vignettes that he shoots himself at his like property, and then he has like weird celebrity friends like Tony Hawk and like Steve-O who've popped up in like his promos before, and yeah, JPEGMAFIA was just randomly with him skating in his backyard in like his half pipe.
Yeah, right on.
There you go.
There was just a whole lot of celebrities like from various facets of American life thrown into that one little melting pot that you just mentioned.
Yeah, they're super weird. Different clips, not all together in the one clip, but yeah, JPEG was there. He was telling Ricky Starks that Darby Allin was coming for him, and I was there. I was backing it.
Good stuff.
Don't get me started on Ricky Starks, bro. I'll go for hours. All right, let's move on.
She won a
So good that you can use all that wrestling.
Oh, I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for an episode. I've got to unleash on everyone.
I stopped watching it at 15, 16, but Ben just kept going, baby.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
He took a break and then he
If you
went.
haven't picked up
came
already,
back harder than ever.
Ben Banks is a very, very big wrestling fan.
If you couldn't tell from the excitement he got just by explaining
The
that.
pure
yeah.
joy, and you only heard you probably heard the tingling excitement
His
through
eyes lit
your
up.
ears, but if only you could witness that in person. Yeah.
Look, but if you're a lapsed wrestling fan, check out AEW. That's all I'm going to say. It might get you back into it. It's watchable. Unlike, yeah, I'm going to go. Move on.
Okay. She want to sit on my lap? Yeah, she want to sit on my lap. Damn, Peggy. This bitch really out here gonna watch herself. She want to sit on my lap? What? Ha 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 ha. What? Hey? Yeah, she want to sit on my lap? Yeah. Like 3 donuts, for real though. What? What we ordering? What food we getting? What you gonna do? Oh God, no. Fuck Postmates. Ha 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 ha.
Jesus.
This is all just kind of like spoken word over the track.
Yeah, it
as
sounds
the
like just
intro.
like bits taken out of like videos.
Yeah, they're like
that he's made.
they're samples and stuff, aren't they? Like
My theory for this is Postmates is a food delivery service that's now owned by Uber as of June last year.
Oh, exciting!
So-
So Postmates.
Yeah, well,
get to live
bought
on an
bought
island.
out by Uber to
Yeah.
join one of the big conglomerates.
Look at those guys that are sitting on an island, possibly listening to rap reviews.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
probably.
how's the island doing? I'd like
Um,
to meet you there one day.
Maybe we don't have any startups.
It's not through this fucking show, but maybe some other way I could get to the island.
No. In fact, this is going to send us into bankruptcy, if anything.
We are.
We are well and truly
harder
in
and
the
harder into the
negatives.
reds. Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
My theory on this is that maybe they left the tapes recording during like a lunch or dinner break as he was like recording this album, and they're just figuring
pretty
out
solid call, actually.
what
That
they
could
want
very
to
much
eat
be it.
and
yeah.
deliberating and
He said, "Do you want to get some donuts?"
mm.
Strange thing to just that's it, donuts.
Sometimes you get cravings though.
Yeah, it's true, but I would order something else maybe with it, like some substantial food.
But this is JPEG. He, as we've established from the word get go, he's not your regular folk.
You never just been with a group of people and you just like, let's order a box of Krispy Kremes.
Not really.
Yeah, me
no.
either, but I'm
All
sure
right,
it happens. It's not that weird.
maybe afternoon snack kind of thing then.
Yeah,
maybe
well, it'd be
this
late
was-
night in the studio, as you said.
Yeah,
Everyone's probably a
sugar
little bit
hit.
stoned. 'Cause I know
Yeah.
JPEG Mafia likes to hear it.
You love a good snack though.
Oh, dude, a midnight
You-
banks.
yeah.
Man. You know me, dude, yeah.
He loves some snacks at a certain time. A couple of cones in him, he snacks up.
I mean, who doesn't really?
Yeah.
Look at him go. Watch him go.
What? Look, man, yeah, I need all. Let's get it.
Sounds so sexy when you say it.
Oh yeah. And then we get into. Do I sound like MS Sam?
A little bit.
Then we get into the verse. I need all my bitches same color as Drake. If they not, then they getting rocked.
He likes a light skinned black woman.
It
Yes.
seemed that way.
Yeah. Canadian?
Maybe not specific. Well,
No,
does
'cause
Drake
he
look
says-
Canadian though? I don't know. Can you
He
look
does
Canadian?
look pretty Canadian. Don't you reckon?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what
I think
Canadians
he's
look like.
definitely referring to the light-skinned blackness that Drake has.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know, guys.
And maybe he's always smiling. Maybe that's why I did.
Yeah, that's pretty Canadian.
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Yeah.
It's always hard
He
to know
bleeds
though
maple.
with
Syrup.
Peggy what he actually means because his lyrics are deeply satirical and tongue in cheek. And And I was prompted to think this by what was annotated on Genius, where they think that this statement may be a little bit less obvious than meets the eye.
It's like irony.
Well, yeah, that it's like social commentary on colorist lyrical tropes about women in hip-hop, while also dissing Drake for his mainstream success due to his skin tone being more approachable to a wider audience. Colorism in this sense, meaning a prejudice against people who have a darker skin tone, and the preferential treatment of those who are of the same race but lighter skinned.
Which is something we talked about a show before, like how...
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
But I think he's just written that line because it's a hilarious way to start an album.
Yeah, see, that guy, it's crazy with art, hey, because that guy took all of that off that. Which is, like, I know, you can always look into stuff. That's, like, the point of the show. But it's such a simple... It's the first line. There's nothing else really to support it. Maybe following, but right now there isn't. So to get all that is insane.
It is.
Yeah, but good on him. Whoever that guy is. Did he give us the name? Or?
Do you think he's just having a joke about Drake? Is he not? Just saying because Drake's sort of known as, like, a bit of, an effeminate sort of rapper because he brought in sort of a style of, like, R&B mixing with rap and, like, being vulnerable but while, pretending to be hard at the same time.
Was he, like, the first guy to kind of, like...
Nah, Kanye did that way before he
that's
did.
true.
And, like plenty of other people have done it too.
And this,
singing and rapping.
This isn't the only mention where he refers to, like, his, I'm not going to say enemies, but people he dislikes as, I want my girls, my female suitors to be like this, and then we'll mention someone that he doesn't like. You'll see. We'll come full circle.
Yeah,
and I you'd assume that he's going to be like fornicating, fucking these ladies,
or proverbially fucking these detractors from him.
Yeah, or just he could be pounding on it, which is strange in a way that he's like this is his enemy. He's like, yeah, fucking take it. I'm trying to think about it for a bit.
Well, I think that's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, that UFC conference the other day you were showing me, and they were slapping each other on the butt and going like, "Oh, like that's a thing, dude." Like,
Oh yeah.
It's like a power play.
Oh, the butt slap's like a classic kind of, how you going? Slap your buddy on the butt.
Yeah, but not someone who you're gonna
fight. Yeah,
yeah, like brutally beat each other.
But Kevin Holland's just a lunatic. That's like kind of his.
Oh, so is JPEG. Mate.
It's not even his stick. Like it's just his thing. Like yeah. Anyway,
we reckon Prof says that when he talks about the rapper, when he talks about his beef with John Stamos, and John Stamos was tweeting him getting really angry, and all he was tweeting back was, "Cut on my show, I'll give you a free ticket. You can sit on my lap, I'll kiss you on the lips," like stuff like that.
It's pretty funny how they end up becoming friends.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're friends. I think I just had one phone call and that was it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
they claim to be. Prof claims that he's friends with John Stamos now. Anyway, we're not talking about Prof.
Claims don't count for shit. It's about what you are in person. If they're not going out and getting some hot dogs like some good friends would.
What? Just like with the donuts. When have you ever just called me up and be like, Ray, let's go get a hot dog, pal?
Well, because there's I mean, I'm trying to equate this to the American market where hot dogs would be a lot more prevalent.
Yeah.
I call you up and be like, hey man, you want to get a chicken schnitty?
Not that much anymore, baby.
We got a chicken schnitty the other night.
We did.
Dickhead.
Yeah, we hung out for like 3 hours.
Why don't we ever go and just get a couple of wieners amongst mates, dude?
Huh?
Yeah.
We never go and just get some dogs.
amongst friends.
I live with you, dude.
Yeah, we went out and got some chicken a second ago. What are you talking about?
That's true.
You can't eat food together because we live together.
Yeah. We're getting too deep into this, guys.
Anyway.
Abort.
Put that Pyrex in the pot. I don't give a fuck if you out there in the 6. Turn around. Suck a dick, pussy boy, you getting hit with the woo.
Oh, is the woo another wrestling? Ric Flair?
I was actually going to leave that, believe it or not. Dude. I wasn't going to say it.
Really?
Because people wooed as woo girls. But
yeah, but Ric
Flair's he's
the original.
And given JPEG's proclivity towards wrestling, I think it's only fair that it's maybe
I have
a
to
little
go back and
Ric
listen
Flair
to
reference.
how he actually delivers the line. Because there's 2 woos in wrestling. Yeah, you heard that correctly, dude. Sting woos. Rick woos. Now Charlotte woos. There's 3 technically.
Ben Banks is coming
and
into
Zack
his
Ryder
own.
used to woo, dude. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, dude, it's woos. People woo in wrestling. Some of the best wrestlers were wooers.
Yeah, but Rick is still he's the OG.
Oh, he's the woo.
He's the OG woo. He wooed
then
before
Sting
all those...
does the crow Sting woo thing, which is also rad. But yeah, Ric Flair's and rappers have known to drop woos on about Rick. Pusha T does it every song just about.
Yeah. He does love that that Ric Flair woo.
All rappers love it. Snoop Dogg said in that Ric Flair 30 for 30, which is a great documentary, by the way. Snoop Dogg says in that Ric Flair's an honorary member of the black community, and he always has been and always will be.
For what purpose? His woos?
Because he was.
That'd be so cool to be just becoming
shouted out by Snoop Dogg.
It was because he was like, you know, like he would show off like the finer things, the luxuries, and that, which is like, you know, a big part of showing that you have money and you've built yourself to a certain point, which a lot of like, I guess, people in black communities and like rappers.
It's the racial draft, and the black guys chose Ric Flair.
Yeah, so. that could be a Chappelle show. He could have been in that racial draft.
But yeah, any interpretation of the lyrics apart from the woo?
There was a lot to unpack.
Which was in brackets as well.
There's actually a lot to unpack in those couple
possibly
of bars.
Not even in this.
The one bit we weren't even going to bring up was spoken about.
Yeah, let's go back.
He's talking about cooking crack, correct?
Yeah, Pyrex in the pot. Pyrex being the trusted name in
I don't know why he's just gone to that.
Well, because, you know, when you're cooking crack, you want some quality materials.
And they can come out white and black, which could potentially be going back to the Drake line.
That's deep, man.
That is deep.
I got it from a Freddie Gibbs song.
Which Freddie Gibbs song? Can you remember off the top of your head?
Yeah, Flat Tummy Tea. And the line something like, I'd beat the pot, one come out white, one come out black, but they smoking the same. And then he references like Jermaine Jackson and Michael Jackson and how their dad used to beat them. And now one turned out white and the other one stayed black.
Oh man, that is some deep level of knowledge. I'm so impressed with you right now.
I appreciate that, dude.
This show is really just elevated. Not thanks to us, Romano.
It's elevated my confidence.
Thanks to Ben and all his wrestling knowledge. You've saved the show
all
from
those
being
years are
cancelled.
worth it. It's worth it, dude. I'm telling you.
All right.
You never know when you're going to need that.
So then this is where I think he continues to have his onslaught on Drake. I don't give a fuck if you're out there in the 6. So the 6, as we just defined at the start of the episode, refers to Toronto, which is where Drake is from. And he's like, I don't give a fuck that you're claiming that you're from Toronto. Go and suck a dick.
So it's quite a lot of, you know, when you're thinking about it, he's throwing some shade for a guy that he claims to not even really not like.
Well, I was just thinking that I think
he doesn't like Drake.
No, I don't think that's it at all, dude.
I reckon
I think he's using Drake as the pawn.
He hates Drake. I reckon he has like a doll of Drake and he stabs it.
I think he does.
He throws it out the window, he gets it, and then he hangs it and he stabs it again.
Jesus.
I know. What's up with this?
What's up with you, dude?
I know, yeah.
I think he's actually just taking the piss out of the entire rap world and like what's like big in rap and has been for the last 5 to 10 years. And Drake basically is the face of that in terms of like mainstream rap. And the fact that he's going like, I don't give a fuck if you're out there in the 6, because that's what Drake constantly talks about. I think that's more of him just saying like, I don't care where you're from. Like, why do rappers constantly tell us where they're from? Why? Okay, there could be more into this, but that's a good starting point. I feel it's going to go into it. It's going to be a massive like allegory for like the rap game in general. I feel.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's a fresh annotation. And again, this is good cause for us to go on Genius and actually start giving our own reviews.
Yeah, we need to start an app, dude. The real Genius,
like an IMBD for rap. That would be cool.
Yeah, why don't they have that for like video games and stuff, dude, or music?
They have it. Oh yeah. Well, they have like a Metacritic on video games.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
Yeah.
And IGN. Okay, I'm on board in this conversation.
Yeah,
before we get too deep into that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Save this for later. Let's table it. I'm ready. I'm really with the shits. So you not gonna take my hits. Break my heart while I break your bitch.
Well, he's just, you know, he's yeah, I don't know. I can't really. It's just I'm just thinking about just the surface of it. That's all.
Yeah, the annotation on Genius like kind of brought out some thoughts for this that again he is probably referring to Drake, given that these lines are kind of, I've broken them up, but they're all together in the flow.
So he's saying he had sex with Drake's lady? Which one?
I don't think he's specifically coming at Drake.
I think he is, man. He's referencing Drake a lot, dude.
I don't know, man.
Because I think he's alluding.
This is a stealth diss track.
I think he's just using Drake as the whole thing because it's just hilarious to use Drake as like the one person you're taking shots at, but it's like he really means everyone who pisses him off in general.
But Drake is a little bit different from like he's in a class of rappers nowadays. Like, you know, he can't help create that stream of, you know. But you know what I mean? Like he's not like a really stereotypical rapper. What I'm saying, you know. Well, like the whole wanting to get like start all of a sudden he's like super fucking hard and shit, like, and he's Canadian, and it's like, dude, I don't get it, you know. You know what I mean? Like, but what, like, where else? Like,
I don't know, man. Watch a Drake video. If, like, you know, my dad walked past a Drake video that was playing on MTV or something, he'd be like, "Oh, typical rap shit." Like, all the stuff in it's like ticks the boxes of what, you know.
It just sounds so much like more poppy to me, though.
Oh yeah, he totally is. But like, that's what I mean. To someone who doesn't listen to rap, that to them is a rap song. You know what I mean?
It's like almost like mainstream. It's like it's pop music these days.
Yeah, that's my point. Though.
Yeah, but not every rapper's. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like a pop rapper.
No, but I think he's just talking about in general what pisses him off about like people and like mainstream, you know, artists and that. And he's just using Drake as the one.
We'll just agree to disagree. I think it is a diss track.
The first line, and I'm really with the shits, so you're not going to take my hits. I think that is a reference to Drake. I'm all on board with your idea that he's not like specifically referencing Drake, that it's more of an allegory, but this line I think is a reference to Drake because according to this Genius annotation, he's alluding to Drake's so-called altruism of like starring on lesser-known rappers' songs and boosting them up and, you know, being like, I'm such a good dude. I brought this rapper from like oblivion now into the spotlight, and then actually going in and stealing like their beats, their flow, their style, their intellectual property.
Got him to the dance in the first place.
Yeah.
And he drops him. Name an artist that Drake made big and it's still huge.
Yeah.
Other than The Weeknd, but The Weeknd when he did it himself, he left Drake. He was smart. He got out of it early. He figured it out.
Yeah, he's like...
Gave him Take Care, and he's like, fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah, it's like, you know, your husband's married or wife's married to 6 people before, and they've all had horrible accidents. You're like, you know what? These aren't accidents.
Coincidence? I believe not.
You know what? This is starting to not feel right.
And the 2 lines of evidence I'm going to reference here XXX Tentacion, his song Look at Me, where XXX Tentacion has called out Drake for allegedly stealing his flow on the song Look at Me, which then Drake apparently rapped in exactly the same style on his song KMT. And then there was Dram, the Virginia rapper, who accused Drake of jacking his song Cha Cha in what Drake then released as Hotline Bling.
Oh, so that is the beat from that he ripped.
Yeah, with like a little bit of tweaking.
Guess,
here and
yeah,
there.
but it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I remember someone just played me just that sample, like side by side. I saw it in a YouTube video, and I was like, oh wow, he did rip that motherfucker. Yeah. It's like the guys that claim the Stairwell to Heaven, the lick from that was stolen. Have you ever heard the original song, or the one that came out before and they claimed? Like, it sounds
exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
There's a lot of Led Zeppelin songs like that, isn't there? Like,
there is. They were
hits,
accused
like,
a few times.
From, like, local bands.
And they actually lost, I think, 1 or 2 court cases. But it took like fucking ages, like many, many years to win. Because like in the 70s, there wasn't really any laws around that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was a lot more vague. And also Led Zeppelin were white, probably stealing like black blues musicians' music.
Well, just also like now there's like people can go into law and just mainly represent and work in the field of like media and stuff, and that's what they're working on is like copyright law and all those things.
And I guess there's also
you wouldn't have like a lawyer like that in the 70s who's just like, I only deal with media. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think there's probably, you know, the algorithm as well to pick up on that and be like, let's run it through all of these tracks that we've got in our repertoire and find a match.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, you know, like TV chefs. Like, you know, Sepp Gordon, he was a famous music manager. He managed like Alice Cooper. Well, but he retired, and he a bunch of other great musicians. But when he retired, he found out that TV chefs were being paid like horribly, like underpaid for what they did, because they were like, you know, a TV personality, they worked in media and all that, and they were getting paid like basically like just normal chefs. And he went in there and kind of like helped like hundreds and hundreds of by kind of creating like a union of sorts, and basically help represent them. And now like TV personalities get paid like good money, you know.
Yeah,
like you should for being on TV.
So he started like a class action without the class action.
Yeah, he just got it all together and yeah, I forgot how he kind of did it.
Interesting.
Yeah. There you go.
That's actually makes sense what you said though. I've never read that line as that. That's like that's pretty accurate to me. I'm really with the shits, so you're not going to take my hits.
Yeah.
Because I always read that as like he's always made hits, but that's like because he was unknown. So I always assumed he was talking about like the radio or like it not blowing up on the internet before, saying like the audience or the radio aren't going to play my hits, even though I've had them forever. That's what I took it as, but that makes way more sense.
Which I think is a reasonable interpretation in itself. I mean, you know, their lyrics, they're ambiguous, they're vague. We're never quite sure on rap reviews exactly what they mean. We're just giving it a red hot Danda's go here.
Can I quickly get into the conspiracy though?
Of Triple X Tentacion?
Well, yeah, they started beef. They had beef. The beef was created, and then
from what Kieran said earlier about him stealing the flow,
and they say, well, it's a conspiracy. Let's be honest. But Drake was responsible for his hit because he had two of Drake's.
Which hit?
His
Triple X
being killed. He wasn't hit. He was actually robbed.
Like,
but
not his like song hit. Not what was a
Yeah.
success. His actual death.
his actual death. Yeah.
Right.
Because apparently, like a friend of mine at work, she showed me. It's like at the time, I don't know how, but basically it was like a couple of Drake's friends who were like kind of like actual gangsters. They were in Miami that at that time, and they posted a photo, and it was like kind of during the height of the beef. Well, like as the beef was, and he did die during the beef with Drake. Like it was never resolved. Right. So like there was like on the internet, you know how the internet is these days. It's kind of I don't know if Drake's gangster enough to have someone hit though.
To be fair, he's gotten away with every other thing he's stolen like pretty easily, and he has a shitload of money. I'm sure the guy would need to kill someone to get out of this.
Yeah, that's true.
And people fucking love Drake. Like he's not going to get a bad reputation. Like people are going to love him regardless.
He's totally rich enough with the like persona of being like a little soft boy that would never go out and order a hit. That I think it's
keep talking like that, you might get yourself in trouble.
It's plausible, yeah, and no one would ever know.
You just get violently shot like in a couple of weeks. Someone's like, that was weird. They robbed him for $60?
In like 20 years' time, there'll be like a retired detective who's like connecting all the dots. Be like, so Triple X Tentacion, Kieran, all these other people who've suddenly said these bad things about Drake have been whacked.
Yeah, dude, if he didn't get Pusha T whacked, then why is he going to get Triple X?
Yeah, but Pusha T's like fucking legit though, bro.
He did. Oh, dude.
I think he wouldn't have the balls to try to kill Pusha T, honestly.
Man.
They're the polar opposites. Like, Pusha's actually legit. And
he didn't have the balls to come out in public after that for a while, dude.
Who?
Drake.
Yeah, he fucked him up, man.
Body.
And also, sorry, that actually does play into the conspiracy. Pusha apparently found out about the child through XXXTentacion, and that is what was one of the reasons why he actually had him killed. Because they were friends, obviously, Tentacion and Drake, and then they had a falling out, and then he told Pusha used it against him, burned the fuck out of him. We also found that photo of him with the black face on. That intern or whatever.
He must have had some deep researches on that, It was amazing what he came up with.
I got one. Oh my God, it's good.
It's like that episode of Parks and Rec we watched last night where they're going to try and dig up the dirt on each other and whoever gets the most. Like, no one would be able to beat that. It's unbelievable.
Just poor Jerry. Anyway.
2 black cards. Let me cloak my wrist. Fuck a diss. Boy, I'm dragging bodies like it's Metal Gear. I think the black cards here refer to like the invite-only credit cards.
And Metal Gear Solid, the stealth game?
Yeah, which apparently in the game, dragging bodies is a common tactic to hide unconscious of dead enemies.
Yeah, it's one of the first kind of stealth games, I guess. And yeah, you could just... Well, now every game we like that you move bodies, but yeah, it was one of the first where you could drag them bodies around and throw them into bins usually.
Yeah, okay.
Usually it's weird, like video games still these days, like it'll be like a really good looking stealth game and you break someone's neck or you knock them out and then they've still just got these giant bins all over the level. It's like, this isn't, this breaks the immersion, guys. Find me somewhere other ways to hide bodies other than giant bins.
Specific for dead bodies?
Yeah, they're the human
like
body
Grail,
side. They're like giant, like fucking, those like fridges that go, the deep ones. They're like
The
there.
deep fridges.
Deep fridges?
Yeah, like an ice cream freezer.
Yeah. It's like they're those kind of sizes, and they're just always around.
What would you suggest instead? Like a piano that you can pop the lid off and throw them in there?
Well, it's like Assassin's Creed with the stacks of hay everywhere that you jump off on, you know? I don't know if you've played those games, but they're everywhere, all over the city, and you're like, guys, who's leaving this fucking hay everywhere? You know?
Like the birds in Lord of the Rings we were saying the other day.
What? Oh, yeah. Why can't they just
MacGuffin,
fly?
is that what it's called? MacGuffin?
Yeah. Well, no, Deus Ex Machina. Was right.
What's MacGuffin?
MacGuffin is like when it's like it's not like, you know, you're trying to find this briefcase with money in it, but there ends up being no briefcase and money at all.
Is that a red herring?
No, that's a MacGuffin.
I thought that was a red herring.
Well, the same thing then.
MacGuffin, red herring.
A MacGuffin is like misdirection or whatever.
I thought a
Which is
MacGuffin. That's a
exactly
red
what
herring.
red herring
I swear a
is.
MacGuffin is like something that just pops up due to convenience, nothing else.
No, that's a Deus Ex Machina is something that presents itself just like randomly in order for them to resolve the problem they have.
Chekhov's gun. It's like it gets set up at the start.
Anyway,
just throw another one to confuse.
Let's stop debating film tactics and techniques. I don't care about your fucking status. Peggy got no. It's spelt fear, but he says it fur.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jug and I come with them bands. A gun do not come with no plan. A.
Well, there you go. You see, he doesn't have any fear of Drake coming at him. See?
No, and this passage from about Jug
This
and
is a
I
Drake
come
diss,
come
Ben,
with
just say
them.
it. Sorry.
Jug and I come with them bands. A the start of this through till credit like my name was Chad A, which we'll get to and annotate in a minute. A user on Genius has linked that this style and flow is imitating XXX Tentacion's "Look at Me," which was the song in question that XXX came out and said, "Drake, you've ripped this off me." So this is some pretty meta level shit from.
Yeah, now we're getting deeper into it. I came in way too hard before this. This is like weirdly specific. I'd never realised this. I've listened to it a million times.
And you're jumping more on my fence? I don't
know if I'm jumping on a certain part of the fence.
I feel like you want to be on my side of the fence.
I'm definitely on the fence. I'm definitely like climbing.
You've gone,
but,
you got
but
back
I don't know
on.
what side of the fence I'm on yet in terms of getting. I'm still on the fence.
Okay, so you've
But
gone
I'm
on.
trying to jump off, and I'm like,
you got your balls wedged in the middle of the fence. One ball
Yeah, you got one nut on either side of that fence. Oh, I just got pain. Do you guys get a bit of pain?
but one's like drooping a bit lower than the other. That's what I mean, and it's drooping a bit more towards your side.
Well, one does always go to the, you know, it's a little bit loppy.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. We're not symmetrical.
Titties and balls.
Yeah. Well, faces and
Write that
everything.
down.
Everything, what, isn't it? Left and right. We're not perfectly symmetrical.
No.
No, as much to Wes Anderson's disgust. Keep a Kimber at the pad. A. Kimber is a manufacturer of weapons.
Yeah.
Which I think,
Oh, so they do a range of weapons. It's not. I thought it was like a certain type of gun.
No, I think they do.
Oh, okay.
They do multiple
Yeah, fair enough.
pistols, rifles, etc.
At Akimbo, we do them all.
Yeah, how can you survive? Oh, I guess if you're like a specialty gun manufacturer. But anyway, let's not get into the economics of guns. Crackers never get a pass. Wait, turn around. Credit like my name was Chad A. Is
that a reference to Chad Hugo? Is that the Chad he's talking about?
That's not my annotation, but I'm curious.
I don't actually have it. I just assume I just heard credit and Chad, and it's like Pharrell always got the credit for, like, everyone knows Pharrell, but Chad was also like the other half of the Neptune, so it's like he didn't really get the same credit as Pharrell in like the mainstream, but Pharrell broke through to the mainstream, whereas he didn't.
That's
a sick pickup.
Yeah,
good pickup. No,
I honestly think that's better than what was on JPEG.
Yeah, I was gonna.
something on there.
I was gonna say Chad Mendes because he's white and he said cracker, but that makes way more.
Who's that?
Oh, he's just a fighter.
Oh, okay.
The genius annotation was more towards your like allegorical approach to what this song is about.
Swinging another nut back over, dude.
Which Chad being kind of like the name you associate with like a
typical white guy.
Yeah, typical white
Frat
guy
boy.
who wears
College boy.
Yeah, like a Carlton.
Like a White Claw guy if it were in 2021, which we are.
Chad.
Yeah,
My name's Chad.
White Claw guy that, like, you know, is in the investment banking sphere, has rich mammy and daddy, has like all the fucking privileged platters handed to him.
A yuppie.
Yeah, a complete yuppie.
Frat boy.
Exactly.
Pop collar.
Has lots of financial credit, which Peggy is saying, I got all this street credit like Chad would in the financial world.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense, dude. Yeah.
But I think that's a mad pickup.
But what I said doesn't really make sense because he's not saying he's like lacking credit. He says he's got credit, so it's like
yeah, true.
That's true.
Crack is
but you like got credit, like that's true.
Yeah, that makes way more sense what you said.
Yeah, fuck. Sorry, man, we have to almost withdraw that.
That's what I did. I withdraw. It's fine.
Yeah.
There only wasn't that getting it like if it was. Yeah, I see what you were getting at. It's still keep your mind there. I like where you're going with this.
Okay.
Crackers never get a pass. He's basically just saying us white folk aren't going to get away with any transgressions because we get away with enough as it is.
Yeah. It's true. They need to start putting it on us whiteys more.
Also, Chad apparently is a 4chan term for a popular, successful person who gets girls due to their status.
Oh, that would for sure be. Then I'd say
that's a Drake.
He makes so many internet references in his music, like Reddit references and whatever.
But also, like, isn't that Drake? Like, he goes for girls with their status.
Does he?
Well, you know, like how he groomed Billie Eilish and stuff.
Wait, what is he?
I don't want to go deep into this, dude. It's a whole thing.
Oh, just type in, listeners at home, type in Drake and then grooming, and then just read a bunch of stuff.
From Stranger Things, that was the big one.
It's in there. It's a thing.
Right.
He essentially just messages them about boys and stuff, just like an older celebrity would, but it's just a bit weird.
Okay. Being like, hey, how are the young boys treating you these days?
Yeah. You want some of that old dick?
Oh, Drake.
He's gonna have me hit after this set.
Where did we get? Hang on. Where are we? What are we annotating right now? What lyric?
Watch who you fucking tag, babe.
Oh,
okay,
dude, not a bad pickup. That actually could be a legit thing if he's coming at him for that.
Yeah, that's why I threw it out there. There's no wrong answers, right?
Watch who you fucking tag, babe. Okay, get your demo out my face. This is probably my favorite JPEGMAFIA line. Okay, get your demo out my face. Shot. Basically saying people who consistently blow him up and want him to listen to their music and promote it or give them validation, he's saying, fuck it off. I don't care about your shitty little project.
Yeah.
He's trying to make his name, dude. Ain't got time for that.
But I'm open to other interpretations.
That felt pretty right.
Anybody has one? Shorty trying to give that dick to Kelly Conway. Pull my case. Boy, okay. I beat that shit like Lennon beat his bae.
Jesus.
Yeah. Kelly Conway, I think I've actually looked this lyric up before because I always thought he was saying Kevin Conway is the guy who plays E in Entourage. So I think I've looked up Kelly Conway. She's like a real like right wing. She was the and she's like kind of hot in like her 40s or so.
I guess, different strokes for different folks. I don't particularly see her as attractive, but I guess some people would. She was the senior counselor to Trump.
Yeah, okay.
When he was in the president's office, or still should be in the president's office, as many would claim.
And then, like, the Lennon reference is just reference to how Lennon would beat women.
Yeah, how he's a domestic abuser.
Which JPEGMAFIA calls out a lot in his music about, like, guys who have sort of gone under the radar or have just sort of had it swept over. That, like...
Actually, I was saying a couple episodes, wasn't I? I was telling you guys how Lennon was a piece of shit.
Yeah, we were talking about it last time.
Yeah. It should be more public to know.
Yeah, well, he's got a song called Black Steve Austin as well, which is best.
I don't know if today's...
And I'm back.
You know what's weird?
Steve Austin.
I don't know if today's society should, because, I think then they'll just cancel them. They'll cancel the Beatles, I'm serious, man. People these days struggle to be able to like separate, the music or the art from the artist.
Yeah, I get that, but Michael Jackson still plays on the radio all the time.
Oh, I don't know, man. After that documentary came out,
it's like I
worked at Hype, bro. Customers were literally complaining when Michael Jackson would come on. Dude.
But that's what I mean. Radio stations are still more than happy to play him. They will not play R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Which for good reason.
Yeah, for good reason.
But,
I know, but like it's like at the same time,
it's
like
they're not going to stop playing the
Bump and
Beatles
Grind
because one
is
of them beat a women
like,
a couple of times. You know what I mean?
like Bump and Grind, it was on my playlist before the whole R. Kelly thing, and I just like I don't. I'm like I'm not going to delete it from. It's still I still like. I had a lot of good times with that song when I was a teenager.
Yeah, you have a connection with it that's not about holding women hostage and torturing them.
Yeah, but that's the thing is I can separate the two. Yeah. A lot of people can't.
Yeah, no, that's a debate as well for another time.
Yeah.
But
that reconciliation between art and the artists.
Yeah.
But it's funny that he's shouting out Kellyanne Conway as someone who he'd like to get intimate with. Oh my God, a plane over Deep Newtown?
Yeah, what the fuck? Are they like redirecting or something?
They must be. That's the first. I think we've had like maybe one other plane in this episode. We're recording in the inner west, folks. Which
it shouldn't be coming over though. That's weird.
No, this is a strange spot.
These are these new flight paths that they're fucking trying to make people go to
over the houses of poor people.
But yeah, anyway, wait. Kellyanne Conway, huge conservative figurehead, massive in the kind of conservative sphere. JPEGMAFIA, obviously quite disparate political ideologies, and saying that he wants to fuck her, which I totally get. I've got like a really weird attraction to Gladys Berejiklian.
Oh, dude.
Who is
really?
the Premier of New South Wales. Yeah, I've got it on my Hinge bio. It gets a lot of traction.
Does it actually?
Oh,
yeah, it would. That would.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they think you're joking, but you're being legit.
I'm being somewhat legitimate.
Have you seen her in person?
No, never.
She's she's quite cute. Like she's quite like, you know.
Ben's got an
I just
attraction.
put my arms
as well.
up into like a raptor's form, but like she's
You went full Robert Doback.
but she's kind of like she's quite like, even though she's a bit like the woman from The Incredibles, she's kind of like a little like a slightly stretched out, slightly more elegant version of her. There's some sort of like quirky cuteness to that. I
think not only like
like a little okay, sure.
I think on the surface like maybe kind of cute, but also I find her corruption and ability to get away with it like, that's irresistible. That's hot.
What it is.
It's like you like meet someone and you think they're really like attractive, and then you talk to them for longer, and then you're like they become less attractive because just how shit they are.
Yeah,
she's like that. Like I can't not see her through that.
I despise her politics and what she's done for this state, but I don't know, something deep down just burns at my loins.
But if she made a really good album, I'd still be able to listen to it.
Oh fuck yeah. Glad Bags, if you're listening.
Put out that LP, baby.
What would she rap about? Her fucking ICAC investigation with her corrupt boyfriend?
That'd be called I Don't Recall.
I don't recall.
My numero uno. Anyway, these are like pretty bespoke political references to the New South Wales government that most of our fan base would not get.
I know we have more listeners outside of Australia than inside of Australia.
Do yourself a favour, Google the name Gladys Berejiklian and get back to us. Maybe we'll put a poll up.
Yeah. Is she hot? Is she not?
You
know what?
Hot or not.
No, apparently these days you can't rate people on their attraction or something.
I mean, you really shouldn't, because what's his name did that and made Facebook out of it, and he's a piece of shit. So
who are you talking about?
Zuckerberg, yeah.
The Zuck man, that's true. Yeah, but he's a fucking
dude is a piece of shit.
Well, no, he's an alien. He's not a human. He's an alien. Piece of shit. He's a droid. Anyway, young O'Shea, young Ice Cube on the map, motherfucker, turn around. I need a bitch with long hair like Mike Seatown. So at the start of the episode, I made reference to Peggy kind of talking about his adversaries and being like, I want to fuck them. Does anyone know who Mike Seatown is?
I do, dude. Dead End Hip Hop on YouTube. Check them out if you don't know them. They're tops.
Don't give fucking plugs to people that have clearly
They've been around for a long. They're super famous, bro. They're like Needle Drop famous at this point for YouTube.
Okay.
They've done stuff for the Needle Drop too, actually, a bunch of things.
But
they just basically review albums. There's like about 5 or 6 of them, I think, and they just go around and each of them have like a different perspective on an album. They're quite good.
Okay.
So
and Mike Seatown's on that, and he's got like braids, I guess.
And O'Shea is Ice Cube's son, right?
No, young O'Shea is just referring to a young Ice Cube.
Oh,
because Mafia, Peggy has said before that Ice Cube's like quite an inspiration to him.
Yeah, he loves.
It's great inspiration. Ice Cube's still one of the best.
Mm.
Speaking of Straight Outta Compton, little thing came on There you go. Look at
Yeah.
It's like they're listening to us.
If it listeners at home, that was on Netflix. It's on the background. Little advert for Straight Outta Compton. Dude, sick, actually. I didn't realize it's coming on Netflix.
Have you even seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Slender
No, it's
Man.
not bad.
Or Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton.
All right, because Slender Man has just popped on the
We
screen.
started watching that the other
let's not
day.
get
It's
dis-
terrible.
We couldn't get through the first.
We knew it was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Let's not get distracted by all of these.
Ignore
There's
the
so many
celebrities.
colourful images now that I'm looking at it.
Is that Chevy Chase?
All right, boys.
All right.
Focus.
Looks like Tony Montana.
But yeah, anyway, I need a bitch with long hair like Mate Seatown. So he's referring to this music blogger, and music bloggers and critics are people that Peggy doesn't hold back in his hatred towards. And he's like, yeah,
But he loves
referring
Mike
to them.
Seatown.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, because I've seen an interview with actually the Needle Drop where he asked JPEG what that line's about. And he's like, I can't believe you like referenced Mike Seatown. Like, it's the weirdest person to reference. And he just like starts laughing, and his response is like, oh yeah, man, that guy's sexy as hell. Like, I love Mike Seatown.
Oh, there you go. And here I was thinking it was a deep meaning, like he's trying to like physically fuck his like enemies, but no, he just actually has respect for the
He just
dude.
likes Mike Seatown. I think the guy's kind of cute. So shout him out.
Right on. You talking shit? Look, I'm talking shit. You catch a beat down. I know you never in the hood or in the streets now, and still I'm hearing that you really want some beef now.
Ooh. Well, he's just saying whoever he's talking about
Mm.
because it's undecided. They don't know. They're no longer. They're not out in the streets. They're not actually presenting themselves. They're a studio.
They're cowardly.
They're keyboard warriors, as you'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That they don't have the backbone to actually walk the walk, if you would.
Throw hands.
Yeah.
They're not going to step into the octagon.
Come out. Take on Peggy.
Peggy, come out. Sorry.
Bruh, take your tree out my backwood. Make the beat because I'm that good. So tree referring to marijuana, backwood referring to the blunt rolling papers.
Nice.
I thought I'd jump in there and annotate that because I'm not sure that you'd get both of those references off the back of your...
I wouldn't have. That's me at least. But then the other one being he makes his own beats, doesn't he not?
Yeah.
Sweet.
He's
I got that reference.
well-known producer. But he's basically saying, get your inferior weed out of my blunt.
Oh, see, I didn't know what take that as. I was like, what's he talking about?
Yeah, take your fucking stupid, like...
Canadian shit
Yeah.
out of my face.
Oh, I wasn't going to say Canadian, but it sounds like you're fully on the side of
Well, I was
this Drake side.
entertaining your theory, dude. I was being a good co-host over here, dude.
We got two balls on the side of my side.
Well.
Where's that cock line?
Maybe two in one and a third on the other one still, too.
Ben actually grew up in Chernobyl.
Yeah.
But Canadian weed is good though, so I don't know why it'd be having,
Because it's not about Drake.
Yeah. This is about...
Maybe he's talking about Kieran, dude.
Huh?
Maybe he's coming back to Kieran.
Well, it's gotten personal.
Maybe, dude. Maybe he's coming after the Australian lead.
What he's heard rap reviews when he released this in 2018. He'd heard a few songs which had only gotten a few listens. We do have American listeners, so by all means, it could have been JPEGMAFia.
JPEG could have been one of those guys. He's hangs out on the internet a lot.
Can
I know,
you,
you
can
see
you
him comment on
imagine
YouTube
that
videos.
It's the only way I
he's
assume you
listening-
find this show is if
And
you hang out on the
he's
internet.
like, these fucking dickheads have released 33 episodes, or actually it'll be 35 once we actually release all the backlog, and they haven't done one of fucking mine. These,
So he called us out to get us to do it.
yeah. Meta man.
This guy's a fucking genius.
He is.
This is too much. I'm
is.
lost.
He's gotten himself maybe possibly hundreds more listeners.
Hundreds.
I would say tens of listeners, maybe.
I said possibly.
on a good.
No, it depends on the app, baby.
It's true. It's true.
And the year and how long it's been since we released it. All of
Yeah.
these things.
Can you all start hitting most depths revelations so we can hit that quadruple digits? Please?
Oh, is that for a little
I
flex,
think we've already hit over 1,000, haven't we?
I think we're very close. Anyway, got your girl on your hands. Johnny Five with the cans.
Is Johnny Five a TV show?
Johnny Five is the main character of a 1986 film, Short Circuit.
Whoa, I was way off.
Yeah, and I've never seen it and can't elaborate on that reference. Cans is a slang word for a gun, mostly used in New York.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. Don't get any of the references.
Anyway, fuck a blog, fuck a fan. I hope my record get panned.
Well, he was talking about, that critic before.
Mike Seatown.
Mike Seatown, hope it gets panned, Hope it gets bad reception.
Yeah.
I think he kind of...
Maybe a little callback to that.
I don't know, he likes Mike Seatown, but...
Yeah, but he's just using him, but you could be in the same sense talking about just reviewers in general.
Yeah. Well, he is there.
We're going back to the allegory theory.
Mm-hmm.
I also think he feeds off the criticism. He's like eating all of it up, and this only inspires me further.
Oh, he's filling up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the guy doesn't make commercial music, so it wouldn't really matter. It'd probably be cooler if he,
It'd be cooler if you did.
Maybe it's good that his albums get poor reception.
Well, they don't. They're very critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, so I don't get that then.
No, he's just saying I hope my record gets panned because he set up a lot of controversial shit and everyone's very easily offended. So it's I think his point is fuck a blog, fuck fans. Everyone's gonna hate what I say anyway, so I'm just gonna say the wildest shit I can and say what I actually believe and just turn it up to 100.
And
that's what I assume he's saying with that. And he's like, fuck it, I hope it gets banned.
He's
I don't need
super troll-like in his approach to the entire hip-hop game. I've seen him perform live through the 2D screen on YouTube and stuff, and he's quite of a performance artist more so than a typical I'm going to jump up on stage, jump around, sing some songs, look at people in the crowd and shout them out. It's more he's screaming into the mic and he's giving and he gets, everything.
He's normally on ground level with them. They normally form a pit around him, and then he gets in there and he's part of the mosh as he raps with them. I actually, quick story, absolutely blew this. Would have been end of 2019, I think. And JPEGMAFIA was in Sydney for some festival that was happening here, Listen Out or something, and was playing at Oxford Art Factory. Tickets were $40. Yeah. And I was going to go that night, and there was none available, and I was waiting on this app to see if anyone was selling it. One popped up 40 minutes before it started, and I was like, oh, $40, I could so go to this. Then we started watching Point Break, and I got stuck in a Point Break, and I was like, you know what? I'll see him next time he comes. All good. Found out later that night. Not only did JPEGMAFIA play
Slow
show, he brought out Slow Tie and Denzel Curry.
Dude,
for a $40 show.
I sold a ticket to that show.
Do I remember talking to you about that?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
I pulled out because I didn't have anyone to go with, which I know is a poor excuse, but I also was a little bit sick. But this was before
I was gonna go, but I couldn't find anyone to go with because you were gonna sell 2 tickets, weren't you? Were you selling one?
I only had one.
Oh.
Yeah.
You were going to come with me if we could get 2 tickets. And in the end, 2 popped up, and then we're like, we watched Point Break, and then we watched Toy Story 4, and then we watched Dirty Dancing.
So we had a good night. We had a good
night at Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of Patrick. And Keanu was into Toy Story 4 as well. So.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that was great, actually. And then later on, when we got drunk, weeks later, then we started doing Dirty Dancing, remember?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then we finally nailed it. Our buddy Sam picked one of the girls up. But
I thought it was DK that picked Sam up or something like that.
Nah, Sam did it because we ran it through Sam.
Sam's a big, strong boy.
And it's hard to do the technique because I was even the one being jumping into his arms, and you have to really throw yourself. And
that's impressive.
It's hard. It's not easy to do.
Hard, dude.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Good work to Patrick Swayze. I can understand why it took him a few takes to get that one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
and
big
her,
boy.
dude. It's core strength from her. You got to hold that. I don't know what the actress's name is, but Baby.
No one puts Baby in the corner.
Yeah, rip, dude, to Patrick Swayze. But anyway, we're not talking about Swayze.
Yeah, guy's a star.
You fucked up as well. You both fucked. We all fucked up. We should have been there.
We make mistakes in life. We
could have had our mouths spat in by
regrets.
JPEG and Slow Tie. That's what they do. They spit and
that would have been fucking awesome.
I'm pretty sure wasn't Denzel playing that night as well.
That's what I mean. He brought out Slow Tie and Denzel.
Yeah, I remember when I saw that footage the next day. I was like, nah, especially because we were about to go. We got too high.
$40, for a 20-minute trip to get there. That's it.
Huge.
Pure laziness. Anyway,
let's get to the last 2 lines of the song, basically. Which this next line is hilarious to me. I love it.
At least I made you N-words dance.
Fuck
12 N-words stamp.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Outro. Oh, your body. Oh, you got it. Oh, my body. My body. Oh, my body. Oh, your body. Oh, you got it. Hit it. Anyway, that probably doesn't do justice to the song, but
and
that
fuck 12.
Hey?
12's a police, yeah?
What? Yeah. Oh, does it get called out?
No, I'm just saying, like, when he says fuck 12
Fuck 12.
at the end of the song.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even do research into that
And that is,
line.
12 is, like, police, yeah?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Let's give it a quick look, just to
I don't know
confirm.
where 12 comes from, but I know. Like, I'm pretty sure that means a police.
Yeah, 12. Common term in hip hop, often used by rappers like Migos.
Yeah. There's that Prof song as well. Fuck 12.
Oh,
well.
yeah.
LBs. Volse. Yeah.
There you go, man. There's been plenty of words that we've learned tonight. The 6, the 12.
And by words, you mean numbers.
Yes, I did. And I guess now we go on to the annotation of 1539. It's all just numbers. Numbers are everything.
What does
the review section of the podcast, chapter 3.
Who's going to take it away? Review, right? Like, giving the BPMs. Should I do it?
Oh.
No, do you want to?
Oh, now you can do it, go.
I'm going to give it 430.
Yeah.
It was good references, fun track, nice and tight. Yeah, I think JPEG's great. I don't listen to him as much as you guys. But yeah, no, he is cool, and I had fun doing it. And I think it is about, little Diz and Drake. I'm just saying.
video back, yeah.
That's my conclusion on that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Short, succinct.
You know what, dude? I'm going to stick to my theory, man. I think it's a broad thing. He's coming at, like, just things that annoy him and, like, the generic,
Fuck you, nah.
and he's
cool.
just using Drake as, like, the vessel for it, which is just funny, I think, because it's Drake.
So you're going the more artistic expression.
Yeah, I guess. I would put it that way. But, like, yeah, I think he's just...
But you did.
What? I don't think I did, dude. I think you just put it that way. Yeah, I think he's just talking, like, broadly about sort of the things in, like, hip-hop or mainstream art where it's, like, things that annoy him and, he's using Drake as, like, the main guide through it. But then, there's some really specific shots of saying, like, well, you're not even hood, but then you tried this, and then you did,
And the
it's
whole
like,
robbery.
I don't know, man. Is he just doing that to fuck with us? So we sit here for an hour and try and figure out, oh my god, what's happening?
So this is how he got back at us for not doing a song. He made this song
Dude.
Yeah.
and knew that we were going to choose it and annotate it,
Mm.
and we would waste this entire time. And he's going to go out there and tweet after this episode comes out how we're a bunch of fucking idiots and we were wrong.
And be like, don't listen to @rap reviews.
And then you know how much traction we're going to get from that, dude?
You're an idiot,
Should piss
JPEG.
more people off. Huh?
Yeah, I was thinking. I know it's stupid, but I was literally thinking one time just getting a Twitter and just calling out heaps of rappers and just calling it like rap reviews, @rap reviews or something. And just seeing if we can just start some beefs, and then just apologize for all the beefs, and then we got fans.
And then be like, sorry, we have to apologize now because we don't actually hate you. We were just trying to get a name for ourselves.
Except for Gazzy Garcia, I genuinely don't like that guy.
Who's Gazzy Garcia?
Little Pump
Oh, yeah, right.
and fuck 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
I don't mind Lil Pump, dude.
And
He's just
also,
he's like a child. That's all.
Fuck Triple X.
Children dumb.
Tentacion.
Oh, he's dead, dude. You can't be like that to a dead guy. Jesus.
No, he was a woman abuser
He
as
did.
well.
It's true. Yeah, that's true.
Also, real quick, I'm gonna add my BPM is 435. I was gonna say 430, but I didn't want to go the same as you, so 435. It was more lyrically dense than I actually thought this song was. I think I just used to hear like the punchlines and thought they were funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty well put together song.
Yeah, it is.
And like the way he's incorporated that like that flow into it too was like part of the narrative.
And the
impressive.
beat sounds like it's heart palpitations made into a track.
That's actually a hell good way of putting that. I've never thought of that. Yeah.
What am I going to give it? I'm going to give it a... You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give it a 440. We're going to continue on this theme. I'm going to go up and up. I've always...
like a Donald Trump.
we got the best ratings over here, folks.
Up.
I've always loved the track, everything about it. Annotating it has made me realize how specific it might be to Drake, but I'm not gonna go on either side. I'm gonna be a typical fucking fence sitter and say that I think you're both right.
The worst person is someone who can't decide.
Not a fan of that answer, but okay.
This is an annotation of a song, and there's no right or wrong. So that's
Dude,
my saving grace.
That's how we should start the show. This is in annotation to the song, there is no right or wrong. Welcome to episode rap.
That's the song, the intro. Just a disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
Remember, like at the start of Jackass episodes, like don't do any of these pranks at home. You know, like
Yeah.
stuff like
Or
that.
at the start of Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps the body. that sounded like
He might be broken in half.
He's by God.
A ruptured disc which I into my spinal collar.
All right, let's call it a day.
Oh, just real quick before we go, are you going to say something about the music video?
No, we discussed it.
We discussed it?
The music video was again tribute to where this title of the song comes from, which was the Bell
Foundry.
The Bell Foundry. Yeah.
Real quick again, as I said, that real is another thing we didn't address. Damn Peggy, where's your origin of that?
Oh, I thought it was like a meme.
It's from Arthur, isn't it?
Is it?
Because that's what the characters always say. Damn Peggy. Damn. But I don't think like the recording he uses is not from the show. Like someone else saying it, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah, maybe.
okay.
It's been a while since I watched Arthur.
Yeah, me too. And I don't think I've really watched a whole lot of it as a kid.
Thanks for chugging that outro to a halt.
Yeah.
to give us.
I mean, we can
conclusion.
always give that next week when we do the episode. Keep people enthralled and entertained.
Dude, maybe
leave
not.
on a
I've just
cliffhanger.
googled Damn Peggy Arthur and nothing's come back. So maybe I've just made that up. Where did I get this from?
Yeah, please write into us.
I
if you
always
actually
see
know.
whenever it's
Let's call it a day.
whenever
Let's
it's on
call it a
the-
day. Goodbye.
oh.
Goodbye. Ben, you're getting cut.
Yeah, I'm out.